Good morning, children. Today we are going to see the next subtopic. What's our next subtopic? Permanent tissues, right? We have studied meristematic tissues. Today we are going to see permanent tissues. And in the classification, do you remember? Permanent tissues are of two types. What are those? Simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Today we are going to see about simple permanent tissues. And under simple permanent tissues also we have studied three types. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Okay. First we will see about parenchyma. Okay. Come. Yesterday I told you that meristematic tissues are parent tissues. It means that permanent tissues also should come from where? Meristematic tissues only, right? Okay. So permanent tissues are meristematic tissues which take up the permanent shape, size and function. Okay, and they become permanent tissues. And today, simple permanent tissues. No, first one, parenchyma. We will see how parenchyma looks like. We should know whether parenchyma is living or dead. No, first. Yes, it's a living cell. Okay, parenchyma cell is living. What about the shape? They may be round, oval, polygonal or elongated. Cell wall, we have studied. They are made up of what? Cellulose. Plant tissues, they have cell wall and they are made up of cellulose. So here cell wall is there but very thin cell wall. They have a small nucleus and dense cytoplasm and a large central vacuole. Okay. And what about the difference between cytoplasm and protoplasm? We have studied, no, the difference between cytoplasm and protoplasm. Can you remember? Okay. They have living protoplasm. Intercellular spaces are abundant. What do you mean by intercellular and intracellular difference, you tell me? You used to go out to play, no? Not now. 2-3 years back, we used to send children outside for games. Inter-school or intra-school, that is. That is inter-school competitions we used to tell, no? So, inter means two different. So, between two different cells, there is some space, no? That is called as intercellular space. See how the diagram looks now? This is one cell, parenchyma, parenchyma, parenchyma. Each one is one parenchyma. Okay. How is it? They have a small nucleus, then dense cytoplasm, then a large central vacuole. See, this is the diagram. Diagram should be like this. One cell and one thin what? Cellulose is made. It is made up of cellulose. What is that? Cell wall. You have a small nucleus here, then dense cytoplasm, and in the center one vacuole. Okay, this diagram is very important. You should draw and practice. And here you see I have labeled the diagram also. Nucleus, each and every diagram in biology, should be labeled. If you are not labeling, you will not get marks. So have this practice. Okay, whatever the diagram may be, there should be at least 4 labelings. So here this is nucleus. In between two cells, this is intercellular space. Okay. Sometimes children used to confuse between intercellular and intracellular. This is intercellular space. And this is vacuole and the dense cytoplasm. See, this is also one cell, but I have not filled it. I have shown only this much. Okay. It will be group of cells. Many cells will be together. Okay. I have taken only a small part of that. Okay. Occurrence. Where is it seen? It is distributed. Obviously, the answer is in plant cells. No, in plant only plant tissues will be seen. You can't see it in animals. Okay, in plants. It is distributed in stem, leaves, roots, flowers, fruits. Everywhere parenchyma cells are there. It is found in the soft parts of the plant. It is not seen in the bark and all outside. Okay, in the soft parts of the plant only it is seen. It is also distributed in these things. I don't know whether you have studied or not, but I will be explaining in the coming videos. Okay, pith, medullary rays, and it is also used as a packing tissue in xylem and phloem. What do you mean by packing tissue? You are taking your tiffin box and you are filling with something, no? Same like that here also. Xylem phloem cells will be there. In between some gap will be there. What will we do? To fill it, who will come? Parenchyma cells will be there. Okay. So it is used as a packing tissue. Who is used as a packing tissue? Parenchyma. Okay. And functions. What about the functions of parenchyma? Some we have seen, but still we will see. Packing tissue, as we have studied, it is used as a packing tissue to fill the space. It gives support to herbaceous plants. We have studied about herbs, shrubs, trees, no? It gives support to herbaceous plants. So if you cut the herbaceous plant and see, it will be filled with many parenchyma cells will be there. The main function is store. It will store food. We used to store food in our kitchen, no? And the remaining thing we will store it in our fridge. But here they are not having a refrigerator. So where will they store? They will store in some cells. So parenchyma cells will store food. Transport of materials takes place through cells. Transport of materials means what transport? Will they have bus facility there? No. Transport of water and minerals will take place. So these cells help in that. Transport of materials takes place through cells. They store not only food, they also store waste materials also. The waste which is coming out of the plant, they are not having a washroom, no? So what will they do? They will store in the cells only. So they store waste products of plants. What are the waste products? Like the resins, tannin, and some kind of crystals, gums and all will come from plants. No? They are all what? Waste products of plants. In xerophytes, what do you mean by xerophytes? Xerophytes means in which area? Plants which grow in, for example, it's cactus. Where will they grow? Okay, in xerophytes, they act as, these cells, parenchyma cells, act as water storage tissue. So, in xerophytic plants, in which cell water will be stored? Good. Parenchyma cells, water will be stored. And I have given some more terms, see, chlorenchyma, arenchyma. It sounds similar to parenchyma, no? What do you think? Why it is similar? For you, in school you will be having some name. If you go home, you will have one nickname. If you go to your grandparents' home, you will have one name. Your uncle will call you in some name. So, same like that, here parenchyma is also having many names, nicknames. See, when they have same parenchyma cells, when they have chloroplast in them. Chloroplast you have studied in your this chapter, cell chapter, no? If they have chloroplast in them, they are called as chlorenchyma. Parenchyma, when they have chloroplast in them, they are called as chlorenchyma. In which color it will be? Any idea? Keep thinking. Chlorenchyma. Arenchyma. What is arenchyma? In hydrophytes, what do you mean by hydrophytes? Xerophytes, I said. Hydrophytes, hydro means water. So, plants which live in water are called as hydrophytes. In hydrophytes, if you see, for example, lotus stem and all will be there. If you open and see, there will be lot of gaps in between. You have seen or not? Okay. So, in that kind of plants which live in water, no, they are called as hydrophytes. In hydrophytes, they need more air. Then only they will be light and they can float most of the times. They will float, okay. So, here what happens, no, in between the cells. In between the cells like this, cells will be like this. Which cells? Parenchyma. In between parenchyma cells, some space will be there and air will be filled there. Okay, it will be filled with air. So, it is called as arenchyma. So, we have studied about parenchyma, then how it looks like. We have also studied about occurrence. We also studied about functions. Go through all the things. Okay. In MCQs, any question can be asked. So, how a parenchyma looks like, where it is seen, what is its function, what is a chlorenchyma, what is an arenchyma, and also you should draw this diagram and neatly label it. Okay, without label, no marks. So, you should label it. Okay. Next, we will see about colenchyma.